I wasn't supposed to be home. That was the first mistake. The flight from Zurich landed 3 hours early. No delays, no storms, just quiet efficiency. I didn't text her. I wanted to see her face when I walked in. I thought I was surprising my wife. Instead, I surprised myself. The house was dim. Late afternoon light slipping through the blinds like thin knives. My suitcase wheels barely whispered against the hard wood. Then I heard it. Laughter. From our bedroom. Not hers alone. A man's voice. Familiar. Too familiar. I froze halfway down the hallway. My pulse didn't race. It slowed. Became heavy. Deliberate. And then she said it. "He thinks I'm at book club." She laughed. The kind of laugh she used to give me. Soft. Intimate. Breathless. My best friend chuckled in response. I didn't burst in. I didn't shout. I reached into my pocket and pressed record. The door was slightly open. I didn't need to see. The sounds were enough. The sheets shifting. The careless confidence. They weren't hiding. They were mocking. My name came up once, followed by another laugh. I stood there for exactly 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Long enough, precise, clinical. Then I stepped back. Silently. And I smiled. I made noise before entering. Let them hear the suitcase wheels this time. By the time I walked into the living room, she was already descending the stairs. Hair fixed. Robe tightened. Expression rehearsed. "You're home early," she said. A fraction too sharp. "Flight changed," I replied. She kissed my cheek. Same perfume, same warmth. Upstairs, the shower was running. My best friend, Mark, 15 years of loyalty. Godfather to our daughter. Business partner on 2 ventures. A man I trusted with everything. I didn't look upstairs. I didn't need to. At dinner, she talked about fictional characters from her book club. Overacted enthusiasm. Details that sounded memorized. I nodded. I chewed. I observed. Her phone buzzed twice during dessert. She didn't check it. That was new. She always checked. Control. Damage control. I excused myself and stepped outside. I replayed the recording. Clear. Undeniable. Intimate. There's a peculiar silence that follows betrayal. It's not loud. It's not chaotic. It's sterile. Like a hospital corridor after a death. I should have felt rage. I expected it. Instead, I felt calculation. If she was laughing at me in my own bedroom, then this wasn't a mistake. This was contempt. And contempt requires correction. The next morning, I made her coffee. Kissed her forehead. Told her I might extend my next business trip. She smiled. Too easily. I began small. Phone records. Shared cloud backups. Financial statements. They weren't careful. Affairs built on arrogance rarely are. Deleted messages recovered. Hotel reservations under Mark's assistant's name. Transfers from our joint account I hadn't noticed before. Small amounts. Regular. Funding their fantasy. I didn't confront her. I watched. I tracked. I documented. When she said she was at Pilates, I drove past the studio. Closed. When she said book club, I sent flowers to the address she provided. Returned to sender. Mark avoided eye contact during our next meeting. Slight tremor in his hand when he signed a contract. Guilt leaks through the smallest cracks. Then Thanksgiving approached. Family gathering at our house this year. She insisted on hosting. Public image mattered to her. That's when the second fracture appeared. My daughter-in-law called me the day before. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." She shouted over the phone, laughing. In the background, I heard my wife's voice. Mocking. Again. I said only one word. Enjoy. And I hung up. They thought I was predictable, passive, a convenient provider. They didn't know I had already moved the assets, transferred funds, secured property overseas. They didn't know about the villa. The photos arrived from Switzerland that morning. Snow against glass walls, lake reflecting the mountains, modern architecture carved into privacy. My villa, purchased quietly through a holding company months ago when the first small inconsistencies began whispering in my ear. Intuition is rarely wrong. It only waits for proof. Thanksgiving evening. Family seated. Turkey carved. Wine poured. I connected my phone to the living room speakers. "Before we eat," I said calmly, "I have something to share." She stiffened. Mark went pale. I pressed play. Her voice filled the room. "He thinks I'm at book club." Laughter followed. His laughter. Fork stopped midair. Silence expanded. I didn't look at her. I looked at the wall. When it ended, I opened the photo gallery. Images of the Swiss villa displayed on the television. "I'll be spending winter here," I said. "Alone." Gasps. Whispered curses. My wife stood up, shaking. "You set this up." "No," I interrupted softly. "You did." Mark tried to speak. Couldn't. Their confidence dissolved in public light. I stayed seated, composed. I left before dessert. By the time I landed in Zurich 2 days later, my phone had rung 71 times. From her. From Mark. From family? I answered none. Instead, I sent a single message to the group chat. Photos of the villa, the lake, the wine cellar, the empty master bedroom. Caption: "Enjoy the dishes." Petty? Perhaps. Precise? Absolutely. My lawyer filed divorce papers the same week. Infidelity clause activated. Financial misconduct documented. Asset protection airtight. Mark's wife received the recording as well. Strategic distribution. No shouting. No courtroom theatrics. Just documentation. Consequences. Greed drove her. Not love, not passion. Greed for comfort. For status. For security she assumed was guaranteed. She miscalculated. I wasn't her safety net. I was her exit. And she burned it. Snow falls differently in Switzerland. Quieter. Cleaner. From the villa's terrace, I can see the lake stretch into white mist. No laughter. No whispers behind doors. Just stillness. Sometimes I replay that first recording. Not to feel pain. To remember clarity. Betrayal isn't the knife. Disrespect is. She didn't break my heart. She revealed her own. Mark lost his partnership. His marriage. His reputation. She lost the life she mocked. I lost illusions. That was the only real casualty. My phone doesn't ring anymore, and I don't check it. Some men scream when betrayed. Some beg. I invested. I documented. I left. And when she finally understood what she'd traded for a moment of laughter, it was already snowing in another country. Cold, permanent, final.